What's up, everyone? It's Brian from Exact IT and Cybersecurity. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at the Ward Transportation and Logistics Company who has been hit with a ransomware attack. Let's talk about who Ward is, why I'm talking about them in the first place in this video, who hit them, and what's going on with their current situation, because it looks like they might be negotiating with the ransomware attackers, and I'm going to tell you why that is here in a minute. All right, it's no secret out there if you watch this channel that cyber attacks are ever increasing, especially in the transportation and logistics industry, because quite frankly, what better motive do you have to get back up and running than to get people the products and services they so desire out there? When these companies get hit, it puts such a disruption in the supply chain on so many different industries that the leverage that cyber criminals use by keeping these businesses down is so tremendous. They get paid usually because these companies want to get these trucks moving again. They want to be able to track where these trucks are, where the product is, be able to deliver these things on time to their customers. And when cyber attacks take down their systems, it makes it super challenging for these businesses to operate. Unlike other businesses that might be able to move to pen and paper, that's not so easy in the transportation and logistics industry. And that's why these kinds of companies are a fan favorite of cyber criminals, because they like to target companies that need to get back up and running quickly. So let's talk about what happened at Ward. So Ward Transportation and Logistics, according to their website, they specialize in less than truckload freight services. So think about when you order like furniture online and those guys show up in like those little white box trucks. That's basically what we're talking about. Ward, offering comprehensive logistics and brokerage services. The company prides itself on delivering exceptional customer service and has a strong commitment to being a highly responsive and reliable shipping and logistics partner. They also provide warehouse, brokerage, and dedicated services to meet a variety of shipping needs. The company's annual revenue was reported to be $180 million in 2023. That's about $170,000 per employee, and the company has a workforce of about 1,057 employees. So that's what we know about Ward as a company. Let's talk about what happened in their cyber attack. So according to reports, this attack occurred on March 3rd, 2024, and was executed by a threat actor known as DragonForce. It looks like DragonForce claimed on their dark web leak site when they posted this, they mentioned that they stole 574.14 gigabytes of data and the impact on multiple layers of the company's network, which essentially took them down to a screeching halt. The immediate response by Ward's IT department and their efforts to recover from the attack included working diligently to get their network back online and running limited operations to manage freight. More than likely, this became too much to bear for them, as it probably played out at some point yesterday, because as I was planning this video, I went on to DragonForce's dark web leak site to try to get a little bit more information about what was going on at Ward Trucking, and lo and behold, the post was taken down. What does that mean when a cyber criminal group takes down a dark web leak post? It usually indicates one of two things: that the company is actively and in good faith negotiating with the cyber criminals, and they feel like that communication line is good enough to where they will take it down, or Ward Transportation paid the ransom, and as a result, the dark web hackers took down the post, any threat of releasing that data to the public on the dark web, and also probably provided them with the decryption key so they could decrypt their data and get their systems back up and running. Now, unfortunately, even though Ward has paid the ransom in maybe quite a few days here, just 3 days now, I'll provide an update if they do end up back on the dark web leak site. And if they do, that means that negotiations have fallen through and no payment was ever made. But it's interesting to me that so many companies here in 2024 are still paying the ransom. I had a discussion with a CEO not too long ago who kind of questioned me when I asked them what point would they pay the ransom, because a lot of business people out there think that they're never going to pay the ransom. Well, we have two companies in the last week, Ward Transportation and United Healthcare, who just paid ransom to cyber criminals. So let's not pretend like you're a business owner who's infallible and you're never ever going to pay this to the point to where you're going to drive your business out of business. I mean, that's really what you're up against here when you immediately default to, I'll never pay the ransom. Paying the ransom is definitely a business decision, and you have to weigh all the risks, and you should consult with cybersecurity professionals and lawyers as you're making that decision. But that's the reality business owners face today, and that's the reality that Ward Trucking is probably dealing with today as they are trying to get back up and running as quickly as they can. So Ward Trucking, I mean, immediately is going to face operational disruptions, which means that they're going to have to deal with irate customers. One of the things that we're seeing is a lot of searches on Google and Google Trends for Ward Transportation customer service or Ward customer service. That's people trying to figure out, why didn't my package show up today? There wasn't much communication from this organization other than one statement on their website that they're working with their partners and vendors trying to get this situation corrected. So this is going to lead to financial losses for Ward Trucking, not only from customers who won't pay for these deliveries, to refunds that they're going to have to make on some of these orders that they've already taken and will deliver or will deliver late on. And they're going to lose customers as a result. I mean, they're just going to move to other LTL providers when they have the opportunity to. And right now, when these companies can't fulfill orders, customers are out there looking for other LTL providers to work with, and these relationships are being developed, unfortunately, as a result of this cyber attack. Company trust's going to go down, company reputation's going to go down, but you're also going to have to deal with lawsuits coming on the back end, potentially class action ones, that this Ward Trucking is going to have to face as a result of this cyber attack. One of the things about the transportation industry, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is you are a prime target for cyber criminals. So you need to start doing something now about this problem that you have in your industry. Cyber criminals know that you need to get back up and running, and they use that leverage to make sure that they get paid. They're very good at making sure that they get paid in your industry. So you're going to want to do everything you can to prevent and protect these incidents from even happening in your business. We know here at Exact IT and Cybersecurity that the transportation industry is hit all the time with things like ransomware and business email compromise. It's a highly targeted and a highly compromised industry. Not every company in the transportation industry rises to the level of a Ward Transportation. There's a lot of smaller companies and logistics providers out there in the logistics supply chain, in this trucking industry, that people don't hear about their cyber attacks, but we know that they're happening. If you're in that industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why companies like mine do what we do. So if you need help with this stuff, there's links in the description below where you can get help so you don't become a victim and have to deal with this situation like Ward Transportation is dealing with today. So obviously, coming out of this, Ward Transportation more than likely is, as what we can tell, is for all intents and purposes, they're paying the ransom. What I hope doesn't happen, if you're from Ward and you're watching this video for whatever reason, hopefully you don't try to run the same systems that were attacked, because that's going to lead you to a world of trouble. Most companies that get hit with ransomware get hit a second and third time because they don't properly recover. So hopefully you do the right things to recover your systems so you don't get hit again. And if you're wondering what those things are, reach out to my company and we can help you with that. So when you're looking at this cybersecurity issue in your business, know that you can prevent this stuff. It's a lot easier than you might think. Doing nothing makes it easy for these guys, and doing nothing is something that we see business owners defaulting to all the time because they think either it's never going to happen to them or they have cyber insurance that's going to get them out of a situation, which we're finding out to be a false belief. What you really need to do in your business is you need to identify what you need to protect. You need to protect it with the right tools and technology and know-how to deal with something if you do have a problem. Once you protect it, you need to be able to detect if something bad is happening. And if something bad is happening, you need to be able to respond to it. That's what Ward Trucking is doing right now. They're responding to a cybersecurity event that probably could have been prevented if they detected it sooner. It wouldn't be as widespread. The blast radius would be reduced, which is the goal of any good cybersecurity cybersecurity program. So once they go through this whole response and deal with getting the cyber criminals out, then they got to move into the recovery mode, and that's the name of the game when it comes to cybersecurity. So it's identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. That's how you beat these cyber criminals. If you want to learn more or know more about what I just said, there's links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video about Ward Trucking and what they're dealing with their ransomware attack by this group known as DragonForce. It looks like they paid the ransom and they're getting out of it, but if anything changes around that, I'll surely keep you updated. My name is Brian with Exact IT and Cybersecurity, and we will see you in the next video.